All right. What's up, GG Nation? GG Legion. It's your fella, Straussman, the GG himself, your host and moderator. And we're going to talk about Nintendo's Treehouse, or Nintendo E3 Live, I guess we'll call
the E3
it.
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
Yep.
And I got some friends today. I brought Alan back, who was in my PlayStation Sony press conference video. And I got Joell.
What's up?
Everyone say hello.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah. All right, so initial gut reactions of the Nintendo Spotlight. I'm going to start with Alan. Go ahead.
I loved it. I thought it was short and sweet. It was a little shorter than I expected. Very strange, abrupt end, but overall, I thought it was a perfect thing.
What about you, Joell?
I love everything they showed, honestly. And just like Alan, it was just short, sweet, and to the point.
I'm going to be in a huge amount of debt after this. There's everything I wanted to buy every single thing they had.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive, Nintendo. Didn't like the end. It kind of just ended. I wanted a couple other surprises.
Strange.
Yeah.
I want a couple other surprises. Didn't happen, but I'm not going to lose hope on it. This end of the year, I was worried, but not anymore. They basically have a exclusive game every month.
They have, it's one game per month. The only months that are up in the air right now, but I think it'll be announced, is November, December.
Yeah.
You know, they'll talk more about what's going to be actually released then.
Well, they'll have one in
But-
November for sure. It's Xenoblade for sure.
What was crazy was
Because it said holiday. So
Yeah,
like
that could be,
November,
but
December.
again, November, December, it's in
yeah.
that window.
Yeah.
Probably end of
and
November.
that early
Probably,
announcement for Odyssey, that was super surprising.
Yes, Odyssey's got a release date October 27th.
That-
What?
Extremely early.
Yeah, that was surprising. I mean, I know originally they said holiday season. When they first
Yes.
announced the game, they said holiday season, so I expected November, December, and then
That's-
October's cool.
They probably went full force right after.
Yeah.
They just went ham on that game. They just completely just wanted to fix it.
It looks
get
like
done.
it looks like they were working on it for a while,
Yes.
I think, and just kept it hidden.
But to get it out in October, they went full force, and it looks fantastic. We actually, this is not exactly after the conference was over. We actually watched a little bit of the
Treehouse
Treehouse,
Live.
and we actually watched the game for a long time, and it
Yeah.
was really, really, really good.
it's
I was
cool. It's very
blown
impressive.
away.
There's
Amazing.
some cool new stuff that we haven't seen in a Mario game before. I mean,
Yes.
using your coins now to actually buy.
Yes, you
Yeah,
could
that
dress
was
them up.
cool.
You
Yeah.
could dress them up.
Apparently, you can
And,
you can decorate the inside of the ship, but they didn't show it.
They didn't show
that
it
yet,
yet,
but they said that is
Yeah,
a thing
it's
you
cool
can
that we kind of got to see some of the decorations for the ship too, though.
do in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were a couple.
But he could wear a American flag like suspenders. He could have a sombrero.
The sombrero and the
look.
poncho is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
He can honestly possess anything, which is really strange. He
Yeah.
has a ghost, and he can literally throw it and just
And
possess
just be
anybody.
anything. He became a car. He became a T-Rex.
He became a street post.
a
Yeah.
lamppost. And everything.
He threw it at a human too, which was
which
rude
was
as
weird.
shit. Rude as shit, Mario.
and
That is
everything
rude.
gets the cool little Mario mustache.
Yeah.
When you're taking him over.
Oh, dude,
it's
I
a cool
swear,
feature.
I swear, my favorite part of that stupid little trailer was the little cheap with the
With the
Mario
mustache,
hat and the
yeah, just
mustache.
fly- like,
I loved it so
going through the
much.
water
And-
was great.
After the spotlight, we found out who the actual enemies are, and it's a wedding firm, right, or something.
Yeah.
It's an evil
That's
wedding
fantastic.
firm, and it looks like they're planning Bowser and Peach's wedding, and they're
Yes.
trying to stop Mario from interfering with it. So
Yeah,
actually-
it looks hilarious.
It's cool.
And they're rabbits. They're rabbits.
Yeah,
in there.
they're all rabbits, not rabbids, but
Yeah,
but rabbits,
rabbits,
like
yeah.
bunny rabbits.
Those will come up
But
later.
speaking of the
Well,
rabbits,
before that, let's talk about they actually announced 3 new amiibo, wedding amiibo.
oh, that's
Oh,
true. They were
yeah,
the wedding
those.
amiibo.
which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get that plug in there. It looked
Pimp,
really
Pimp
nice.
Daddy Bowser.
But go right ahead.
Bowser
I know
looks
you want to
great.
announce this. Go
Well,
ahead.
for me, it's just the biggest surprise was, Ubisoft yesterday showed the Rabbids and Mario Kingdom game.
Yeah, which I didn't
which-
think we would see.
No, and it looks great, and it's like XCOM in the Mushroom Kingdom, and it looks
Which-
like some
hold on.
environmental puzzles
Well, hold on.
as well.
Like, digest that. XCOM and Mario together. Just
And we're
really
not
digest that.
And we're not
Legit.
talking just like, grid-based combat. I mean, we're talking with a cover system, half cover, full cover, destroying cover to get
Counters.
to your
Which
enemies.
also, it looks like they're
Counters.
adding their own little
Uh,
twist on it, because
yes.
you saw like all the rabbits jumping over cover and stuff.
Yeah, there's a
off and
team
over the
jump.
cover.
There's
Yeah,
a
the
team
team jump
jump, yeah.
mechanic. You
Yeah,
can
I'm
use some of the environments. They showed one environment where there's a pipe on the side, and one of the abilities, if you have enough movement points, is you could get they showed Luigi running through the pipe, attacking an enemy, bouncing off of a teammate to hide and cover afterwards. It was cool, little combo.
A lot of
So
strategies.
it looks like there's actually a lot of depth. There's some
lot of strategy.
big enemies with shields that you're gonna have to deal with. They
Yeah.
showed in this trailer.
But
the biggest thing that I think all of us were surprised by.
Very surprised. I was
is
thinking 2018.
Not only is it coming this year, it's coming in August.
Yeah,
It's 2
one
months
of the
away.
earlier ones coming this year too.
It's
months
2 months away, and that's one of the most impressive games that was shown at E3, in my opinion. Because it's not even just the combat. Like, there's actually going around different worlds. There's they showed like a sliding block puzzle to figure it. Like, there's environmental puzzles.
One of the little rabbits was trapped inside of the block of ice.
Yeah, right.
Like, that was really cool.
So, and it's gonna have that same Rabbids humor.
Yes, because they're dressed
the
like
games.
they're dressed like the Mario characters. They have like a Yoshi character. They have a Peach character. They have
and it's
Luigi.
And that's alongside with all the regular characters that are already in the game too.
It's a nice team up.
It's cool to see them interacting with their.
Nintendo does such a great job of this, taking two things that you think will never work, and putting them together and making it beautiful.
And it's a thing. It's a thing we were talking about yesterday, where Nintendo always finds a way to take some genre that they're not known for and Nintendoizing it.
Yes.
And we were saying yesterday, we were like, what's the next thing? We couldn't think of anything. And
first person shooter. That's all we needed.
First person shooter, right? But it showed up on stage, and I was like, well, there it is. It's XCOM strategy.
The great part
RPG.
about this, the great part about this too is they're letting Ubisoft take control of it. Miyamoto gave his blessing. The guy that was making the game, he was in tears. He stood up in front of the audience and he was in tears because he got a blessing. Miyamoto exactly told him, make a Mario game, but make it your own game.
But they even showed during this Nintendo show, they even showed Yves Guillemot from Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Which, again, for Nintendo for the past few years hasn't had a presence at E3 at all. And then this year, not only did they have their own show with their big things going on, but they were in other press conferences this year.
Yes, they were.
Bethesda showed them off during the Bethesda conference. Ubisoft showed them off during the Ubisoft conference. So they're making appearances
everywhere
at E3.
And it's good because the Switch is on the right direction. And the third parties seem to love the idea of the Switch. And everybody does. I mean, it's selling like hotcakes. It's doing really, really well. The supply is down here, and the demand is through the roof.
Through the roof right now.
Through the roof right now.
They'll get there eventually.
Yeah, for sure. And we, Joel doesn't have a Switch, but he wants a Switch.
Right.
But Alan and I got a Switch, and now there's a lot of effing things to buy. There's too much.
I'm more pressured now to get a Switch because of everything we just saw.
I mean, it's one game a month now.
Yes. Splatoon, ARMS in a couple days here. Splatoon next month.
Is in July.
Rabbids August.
September
is Pokken Tournament.
Pokken Tournament comes out in September.
And
October is Mario.
And then they have November probably
for Xenoblade.
Yeah. And Fire Emblem Warriors
is fall.
Was another one that they showed. They said it's going to be in fall. So
maybe
I'm saying that one honestly probably is October, November.
Yeah.
Around that area.
So maybe November for that one, and then December for Xenoblade. So every month, bam, got a game.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Fire Emblem and Xenoblade in the same month.
Same month? That'd be cool.
I wouldn't be surprised just because I feel like as big as those titles are, I feel like there's both of them kind of maybe go to smaller audiences than like everyone's gonna buy Mario.
But first impression, what do you guys think of Xenoblade Chronicles?
Me having never played Xenoblade before, I'm definitely interested. What they showed was amazing. It looked really cool.
Did you like the beautiful world? Did you like the character designs? It seems
art
very
style,
story-driven.
The art style is definitely interesting. I don't think it warrants any of the flack it's getting from people.
I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't mention the boobs. The huge, ginormous boobs.
They stood out.
They were huge. He's touching them.
They were almost a distraction. It's like
he was touching. He was like, oh,
it's
use my core or something.
What are you showing?
Yeah, that's right.
Xenoblade 2 or boobs?
Yeah.
Featuring Xenoblade.
I think it looked incredible. I mean, and it gets you interested. It was epic. It was an epic trailer, and they showed some characters, some enemies, all some very hype stuff, airship battles.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing they didn't really show that is a big part of the Xenoblade universe is like mechs.
Yes.
They didn't really show that in the trailer, it looks more like this one. It almost looks to me more like the technology is more going to be in the airship than that kind of stuff this time.
And
honestly,
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 had mechs, but you didn't really get to use them.
But you didn't use them. But they were still a big part of the world.
Yeah.
The second one was all mechs.
Yeah, that's...
But this one definitely looks more heavy on the story.
Yeah, this one, like, Xenoblade Chronicles X was more open world and letting you do things, and the story kind of just followed. This one looks like the first game, obviously what it's named after, Chronicles 2. It's very much story-driven, and I like it. It's a more intimate moment, but yet you can kind of really explore. We saw a little bit.
There's gonna be,
we saw a little bit of the battle system. It looked a little bit choppy. There is some frame rate dip there.
It did look like there was a little bit of slowdown.
So that's why they have that holiday.
Is a little. That is still kind of worrisome because they have a 2017 release date, and the game should be around. I know it shouldn't be perfect at this time, but it should be around finished, so we shouldn't be seeing problems.
But if holiday time, we got like 6 months.
Yeah, but even then, I mean,
that's a good enough battle.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild, notoriously, the frame rate is pretty bad when you have it docked. When you have it mobile, when you have it portable, it's flawless. Beautiful. Docked, there's some frame rate issues, but it never hindered the experience for me.
For me, it hindered it a little bit because I played mine docked, and I played with my Pro Controller. And I'm like, oh my god, this world's so beautiful. But as soon as I took my sword out and swung at a Boko Goblin, it just slowed down. I was like, ah. But it didn't kill it.
I never really noticed it, I guess, because I was so into the game. It was bad for me.
It was really? It was almost like a slow motion. And it didn't kill the game. The game's amazing. And they patched it recently, I believe, so they fixed it a little bit. It. So that's a perfect segue. What do you think of the Zelda DLC? First pack 1 and 2.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool.
I mean, the first pack's interesting.
Yeah, what was the first pack again?
It was all the Master Trials.
It was like a harder mode for the game.
Harder difficulty.
And new costumes. They had Tingle and
some new stuff.
Yeah, Majora's Mask they had as well.
Yeah. Those costumes look cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second DLC pack though, that definitely looks interesting.
It looked a lot better. Yeah, it was story driven. They didn't say what it was.
They didn't say what it was, but they said it was the champions
battle or something.
Yeah, something like that. And everything they showed for anyone who's played the game, you'll instantly recognize it because they showed the 4 champions that you meet throughout the game,
including Falco Lombardi.
The same champions that had previously helped Zelda get to Ganon's castle, and so I think that's the story we're going to see.
So is it going to be a prequel? It's going to be a prequel?
Yeah, it definitely
with Zelda, you said?
Yeah, I think
you're going to play as Zelda, right?
I think because it didn't even show Link.
Yeah.
Link was nowhere to be found. It was
it was almost like the focal point. It was Zelda.
Yes,
because for anybody who knows the story of this game, I mean, it's
100 years after Link goes to sleep, right?
Because Zelda has been battling Ganon for just ever.
Oh, that's right.
She's just been stuck in this place battle, and I think it's going to be leading up to that. It's going to be before Link, or during that time that Link is gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone thinks that he's disappeared because he never ended up showing up to the castle to help fight off Ganon.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it is.
That would be incredible. Cool. I'm all for playing as Zelda. That would be fantastic. The first part, the Trials part, it's okay for me. It's what I expected. It's what I expected. Second part is the story stuff I really want. Honestly, for $25, I think for the season pass.
You think so?
I think it's $25. I think that's a good deal. Or is it $20? It's $20.
20, yeah, it's 20. So it's
it's a good deal.
$10 per DLC technically,
which is really good. That's a fantastic deal. Also, damn it, Nintendo. More amiibo, and I gotta get all 4 of them. I gotta get all 4 of them.
Amiibos, yeah.
Oh my god,
they
look so good.
Just as good too as
they
the Mario
look
ones.
so
because it's the amiibos of the 4 champions.
Yeah.
The Gerudo, the Goron, all
and
those
also,
guys.
I have a bad problem. I always buy 2 of each because I open one and keep one sealed. So I'm an idiot. Don't ever do that. But I do that all the time. Like I got 2 almond Celicas. I'm like, damn it, guys, why do I do this? And then the Link amiibo for Twilight Princess is exclusive coming up to a certain set place. I have 2 of those pre-ordered, so I can pick them up.
And I think, I mean, the DLC was interesting.
It looked good. It looked good enough. Like you said, they didn't show Link at all. but they didn't show Zelda at all until the end.
Yeah,
so
they showed her in the memories.
Did they?
Okay.
Yeah, because the clips they were
must have
showing.
Been quick then.
The clips they were showing were the memories directly from the game.
Okay.
It was clearly hinting at we're going to experience that firsthand.
Okay, I like that though. I think that's a very interesting idea. I like that a lot. So what did you guys think? We all got hyped when we saw this. Kirby.
Oh.
It's just called Kirby.
Yeah.
But what did you think?
I'm so fucking excited for it. It's definitely one of the coolest things I saw.
I mean, we got hyped. I got hyped when I saw that shit. I could not believe it.
I think it's going to have a subtitle to it.
They will.
It's going to be Kirby, but
it's 2018.
2018. They showed its traditional Kirby gameplay, but they showed the new mechanic of throwing a heart at an enemy and it becomes your friend. But they also then showed that a second player can take on the role of that friend.
So four
player co-op.
Because the way they initially showed it was Kirby threw a heart at the first enemy, and then the one that came after,
controlled player said CP at the bottom, like Smash Brothers.
The one that came after, he threw another heart, and then another heart, and she had four little computer controlled enemies.
Well, three,
including
which
Kirby.
is cool.
Right.
Which is really cool. I agree with them. It's going to have a subtitle. It was a nice surprise. Everything they showed was mostly this year, but they had quite a few surprises for next year, and they hinted at a few other things.
Yeah.
I think before we move on to the next year's stuff, I think it's the stuff that's coming this year.
Let's talk about Fire Emblem Warriors. How about that?
Well, I mean, Fire Emblem Warriors, again, looks...
They showed a lot. They showed a lot.
Good,
they showed two new characters, and then a whole bunch of characters from the previous 3 games.
I mean,
besides Mark.
I think now we've seen a lot of it. We're ready for it.
It's what I expected.
Don't think there's a lot to say about.
For me, as a huge Fire Emblem fan, I am very excited. It's an interesting thing now. They kind of seem to do this in every Fire Emblem game now. They have 2 people you can choose from.
Right.
So they have a brother and sister in this game that are unique to this.
To Fire Emblem Warriors.
For Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
So very much like and Celica, you could probably choose between the two, and then and very much like Fire Emblem Fates, you could choose male or female. They seem to do that incredibly now.
Yeah, well, it's pretty much always been that way with Fire Emblem for a lot of years. So
well, they would have 3 like the first Fire Emblem that ever came here, which was 7, which had Roy, Hector, and Lyn. I hope Lyn's in this game, by the way. Please put Lyn as a playable character.
I think we'll get a lot of DLC characters.
Yeah, I think we will
too. The same way
too.
Hyrule Warriors did.
But you played as those 3 characters. It was 3 characters, but a lot of the times lately they kind of had they have a gender option lately.
Gender option.
Well, no, I think that 3 character thing that's
really
one of the
cool.
only games that's ever done it.
Yeah, it was the first one we ever got here.
The new game that just came out, you got to remember that's a remake of the second Fire Emblem game.
Yeah, which I was confused about.
That was a boy and girl.
I didn't know. But also
almost every Fire Emblem game has done the male and female.
Yes, because even the second one, Sacred Stones, got
Sacred Stones, yeah.
Had a male, you choose the brother or sister.
That's how they've all been. There's only been a couple that have strayed from that formula.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I think the other big announcement, and it's really cool to see, is Rocket League.
Yes, Rocket League.
And that's coming this year.
That is a perfect game to play anywhere. I mean, perfect game.
Yeah.
Easy. You're going to the park, you see some people playing Rocket League, you play up with them.
That's what's great about
it. And then you talk crap about them, and then you smack their Switch down.
Smack the Switch out of their hands. Bet your Joy-Cons on the game. And, you win the other person's Joy-Cons.
Yep, so they have to buy a new Joy-Con.
No, so I mean,
some gambling ring going on.
There's that. They also briefly mentioned Skyrim again.
Well, the thing about Rocket League, it also has exclusive content. It's going to have Nintendo-themed stuff like Mario's had.
That's
a given.
That's to be expected.
But go ahead, yes.
I mean, and then Skyrim, which again we've seen, they showed once again.
Zelda-themed material.
Limited, though. They did say that there was going to be a small selection of Zelda-themed stuff.
Yeah, so basically...
It probably is only going to be 1 or 2 amiibos that really work with it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll be a lot.
But ultimately, for the Switch, I mean, the game looks good. It's going to be Skyrim.
Is there anything this year we missed? We talked...
No, I don't think so. They didn't show any more Splatoon. I don't think they needed to.
Damn it, Nintendo.
What now?
Metroid Amiibo.
Metroid Amiibos just announced.
Speaking of the Metroid, the new Metroid game on the 3DS.
I think we'll get to that. We'll get to the 3DS in a minute, but
Oh, those look awesome.
Yeah, well, let's talk Switch right now. Let's just keep the Switch.
I think
the whole press conference was
that's true.
Switch.
It was
as far as this year. No, that's everything.
I think that's everything we covered. So let's talk about early next year. Before we get to that one thing you want to talk about, let's talk about Yoshi 2018.
Yes.
It will have a subtitle as well.
It's clearly it's a Woolly World sequel, but he's
not
instead
Woolly.
of yarn, everything's paper and cardboard this time around.
But he's real. He's not cardboard himself.
No, he was made of something.
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah, when they zoomed in on him, he was made of something. It looks like
I gotta rewatch it then.
It looks like he was made of like felt.
Rather
than like yarn this time, he was made of like a felt cutout or
so like he's
something.
A toy.
But the tagline for the game will be Yoshi's cardboard cutouts.
It might be. It's gonna be cardboard or something. But that one looked really, really good. That looked fun. It had the co-op as well.
And that has the co-op. Yeah, two Yoshis. It wasn't like.
Yeah, it wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah, it was two Yoshis. Yeah.
It's kind of what you would expect, but I mean, the first game, Woolly World, was fantastic, so I'm down for a sequel.
Yeah.
I mean.
Okay, so the other two are big, but we'll end with a different one. Let's talk about Pokemon, though. Pokemon being made for the Switch. They said they just hinted.
Yeah,
which we all knew it was coming.
Yes.
But they didn't say what it was.
Yeah,
they
just
go
past saying it's going to be on the Switch.
So it's not. It isn't this year. It's next year. That was announced basically. But
and he thinks it's going to be Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon combined.
I still think it's going to be a combo thing. Yeah.
I think
the rumored Pokemon Stars. There's already the evidence.
No, but the problem with recent rumors with Pokemon is that Pokemon Z was rumored. And it was a super big rumor that got really big, and then that ended up going nowhere. Sun and Moon ended up coming out instead.
Right.
I think it's a new game. I think it's gonna be. We're gonna be almost to 1,000.
Yeah, because that would make sense too. Because the way they're doing it now is just.
What are we at? Like 850?
Yeah, around.
Like 850.
850, 900
but
maybe.
Here's the thing though. It might not. It might be a completely different experience too. It might be
like a Pokemon Stadium.
Like Pokemon Black and White. Like Black and White 2.
I think
like
it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a traditional Pokemon game.
Yeah.
But new characters, right? Not the.
I'm kind of wondering if they're gonna open it up to more than just like one region.
They should do that.
See, they're gonna have like sort of a Pokemon world type of thing.
Big, expansive. Like now you can travel the world of Pokemon.
That would be great.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. The also thing about that was rumored heavily in Sun and Moon that we were gonna go back to Kanto.
Right.
And it never happened.
That's true.
It never happened.
Maybe this will be where they do that.
Or go back, or not just go back to Kanto, but also go back to X and Y.
Yeah.
Go back to X and Y because there was so much left unsaid in X and Y. There's
true.
another half of the mountain that you did not explore in X and Y. And it's just left there.
Yeah.
It's just left there.
And I think the Switch would be a good place to just
do that, right?
Throw it all in.
That would be cool.
It definitely has the power to do it.
That's.
Yeah.
There's one more big surprise.
What was that little... There was some little game. I don't think I've ever heard of it before. What was that?
Metroid Prime?
Metroid Prime?
What?
4?
Was that... have you ever heard of it? I didn't even know there was a 1 through 3.
What the hell is a Metroid?
To the other 3?
I don't know. Isn't that little game on the 3DS where you play as those little guys? That 4-player co-op game that came out last year, right?
Game?
You know, wasn't that?
I think so. Yeah, you might be right.
Shooting,
Yeah. No, you might be right.
God, I hated that game. But yes, Metroid
Prime
4. But there was also another surprise. We'll talk about 3DS later.
We'll get there in a minute because that wasn't part of the thing. Yeah.
They didn't show anything, no date, nothing like that. It just said Metroid Prime 4.
It said currently in development for the Switch.
I'm
that
sorry.
was it. The only thing they said.
But it's happening, which is good. I freaked out. I was like, what?
That's definitely cool.
Was not expecting that.
And yesterday, the funniest thing was we both were like, you mentioned new Kirby and new Metroid, and they both showed up. They were there. So
I definitely the
one
GG.
Right after another.
I'm definitely the Golden God.
They was
you
one
heard
right
it
after
first.
Another.
You heard it first in the Golden God and Friends podcast right here.
And
anything else? Did we miss anything?
No,
that was that it.
That was it.
No, yeah,
that was it. They showed short, sweet, 25-minute.
Yeah, it was
presentation,
literally
half an hour.
But the thing is, it was so captivating.
Yes, it just ended.
It was very good.
It just ended weird. Like the Mario thing just ended.
That's true. The final thing they ended on was Mario, which I mean, seeing all the gameplay and stuff was great.
Yeah.
And then a date announcement was insane.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the show was over.
So let's go to our disappointments. My disappointment for sure was Super Smash Brothers. Nothing mentioned at all.
Yeah.
That was it for me.
That was
definitely because they just ended on October, so we just didn't know anything else. I figured they would bring over Smash, and I still hold hope for that. I think that's still going to be a real.
My hope just dropped because I was very much of the opinion that if it wasn't shown today, it's not coming.
But
the only thing I think that's going to end up happening is they're going to develop a new one. Maybe next year we'll hear about a new Smash.
Well, the reason why I say we hold hope because the Cloud Amiibo still technically really doesn't have a date. And I think they want to capitalize Smash Bros with the Cloud.
Probably.
And stuff like that.
And it's
going to sell anyway.
It would make sense for them to announce Smash. Like, then again, one of the things that one of the reasons why I still have hope for it is because I feel like Smash is the type of game that they'll do a Nintendo Direct specifically for Smash.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
But also think about this.
Smash. You know, I mean that's
it took an incredible amount of trust and will from Square Enix to get this to happen.
Yeah.
So maybe when they announce Final Fantasy VII Remake, maybe they bring out the Cloud Amiibo and then they bring out, Smash Bros again. And they show a couple new characters.
No, it won't be that. If anybody's
going to be a direct,
anybody's going to do anything with Smash,
it would make sense to show
not going to be Square.
To me, that would be cool as shit. That would be cool.
It would be cool, but Square's not going to have anything to do with the Smash Brothers. It just their character's there, but it doesn't matter,
Well, it took a lot to get them there.
No, but I still think that's irrelevant. Like Square has nothing to do with it. Really,
true.
Realistically.
Well, one person did.
But realistically, Square has nothing. Like they don't have anything to do with Smash.
So
Smash,
it's not their property.
Smash is gonna be Nintendo Direct. They'll announce it. I feel like when it comes out, we're gonna see. It's gonna be Super Smash Brothers Deluxe. It's
Pocket Tournament Deluxe.
It's gonna have all the DLC characters
included. I'm gonna say 3 new characters. 3 new characters.
For what?
Super Smash Bros. Deluxe.
Okay.
3 new characters.
Yeah.
Splatoon Inkling, the second runner-up to the ballad that they voted, whoever's runner-up to Bayonetta, which I think was King Cruel. So maybe him.
Maybe, yeah.
And then one extra character could be the rabbit.
My opinion was obviously the Inkling will be a character.
He has to be.
Yeah.
I think at this point the Raving Rabbits, one of them from Ubisoft, because Ubisoft and Nintendo are like this right now.
Yeah, they're buddy.
They have this amazing connection with each other,
and I think. We get Sam Fisher.
It's very sexual.
Eve Guillemot is going to be like, no, you can't.
It's very sexual connection right now with Ubisoft and Nintendo.
There's the
love in the
slight possibility that we see someone from like Assassin's Creed in Smash, or
that'd be interesting.
Cool. With Ubisoft being so close with Nintendo right now,
who else?
Or maybe finally we'll get Rayman. Everyone's wanted Rayman in Smash forever.
There we go. How about if they dig deep and brought Prince of Persia?
Or Sam
Prince
Fisher.
of Persia, maybe.
Sam Fisher would be hilarious.
Sam Fisher.
He would have this.
Snake worked in Smash.
He would have the same presence as Snake did.
Yeah. But aside from that,
he would probably just be Snake. You would have all Snake's moves and shit.
I think there was only the one other thing that I was not really disappointed in, but I kind of wanted to see more of is something about Virtual Console or the online. I know online. Yeah. I know the main online service got delayed until next year.
Yeah.
But I still feel like this was their time to say something about it.
They're very sensitive about it too. They don't really want to mention or talk about it. They're just like, it's gonna be $20 for a year,
which is kind of worrying.
Which is cool. Yeah. I still kind of hate the friend code thing. To be honest, it really just bugs the shit out of me still.
Because it's still.
They made it easier.
There's friend codes aren't necessarily that big of a deal because with the app you're supposed to be able to add people just by knowing them. Like if you have contacts in your phone or you have their email, you're supposed to be able to just add them that way through that.
So they're definitely working on that because the app's not out yet. So
but Virtual Console is still like.
They should have that. They should have that. Yeah. They have the Neo. They have the Neo Geo stuff. But yes, they should be having their own stuff. They should be having Super Nintendo. NES. They have a huge library, a ridiculous library of great games. GameCube, N64. They could put a lot of stuff on there.
Right.
A lot of stuff. But yeah, none of that was mentioned. But obviously it was a Switch heavy eccentric conference, and they knocked it out of the park. Like
they did.
I have to give this an A. Like it's an A.
Most definitely.
Yeah, it's an A.
It's an A.
I think
it's an A. Even with the disappointing ending, it's an A. It's an A. I have to applaud Nintendo. They have. This year is their year. They brought it. They have brought it this year.
And even though it wasn't part of the show, I think it should at least be said that not only was it Switch focused, it was Switch.
Yeah.
There was no 3DS mentioned
at
all in this
until after
show.
Treehouse.
Yeah.
But during the main show, there's not everyone's going to stick around to watch the Treehouse.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Which is interesting because they reveal games on Treehouse.
And they have already revealed a big one on Treehouse. We'll get to that in a second.
We'll let the rabbit out of that hole in a second.
I feel like the absence of the 3DS brings back a point I think I've had for a while where...
I agree 100%. I know what you're going to say, but go ahead.
The Switch is replacing the 3DS, no matter how you look at it.
I thought of that so much. I feel like it's going to be a reality.
And there's still... There's obviously still good stuff coming for the 3DS.
Yeah, they're pumping out 3DS games.
Because it's just like Nintendo. They have a second system, but they're not just going to fully drop their
I personally feel like next year's the last year for the 3DS.
I wanted to say it was this
except
year,
for a few straggling games here and there, but actually, what's coming next year for the 3DS that we know about?
Nothing yet. Everything is this year,
and that's interesting.
No, when is Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon this year?
This year,
yeah, it's November.
Damn.
Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are this year.
Yeah. November. Yeah. Everything this year. Ever Oasis.
That's
Fire
this year.
just came out.
I think Ever Oasis is like October.
I'm pretty sure Monster Hunter Double Cross, is that going to be Switch or is that?
There's the only new Monster Hunter games.
We thought is World.
No, there's also the Double Cross game.
No, they're making the whatever the most recent one was is coming out for the Switch.
Oh, the Switch, okay.
Generations or whatever.
Yeah, right? Because it's gonna be It's gonna be Double Cross, so it's.
So that wasn't a joke. I thought he was joking about that. Yeah. Double Cross.
Yeah. No. That's the actual title for it.
Double.
I don't know. And then there's Monster Hunter Stories, the more like the turn-based RPG.
Also,
that I didn't see.
Also,
they announced that last year.
Oh, okay.
It's a little more
kid-friendly. They're probably announcing a whole bunch of stuff right now, but honestly, let's talk about it. They announced another Metroid.
A new Metroid, a side-scrolling Metroid
September.
For the 3DS from the people who did the Lords of Shadow.
And new amiibos for it, too.
Lords of Shadow,
yeah, it's true.
New amiibos for it. 2 new amiibos.
But again, that game is coming out this year, September. This year.
I agree with you 100%. What do you think, Joel? You think Switch is going to fully take over?
No, yeah, I completely agree. Especially, bringing up the point where their main show was just focused on the Switch.
The only reason why I'm sorry.
And their Treehouse, they basically just mentioned the new Metroid game just offhand, like, oh hey, we also have this for the 3DS. But that was in their after show.
Yes.
And that was interesting to me to put that in the after show. So
like you said, not a lot of people are going to stick around. People are going to
vote. Yeah. And I think that's sort of a subtle nod at the fact that 3DS is not their main focus.
The only reason why...
Or no, that's not even a subtle nod.
That's
not their main focus.
The only reason why I don't think it's died out yet is that they can't keep the demand for the Switch up yet.
Yeah.
And they have... They have 12 million plus 3DSs out there, so you still want to support those people.
You got to support it
until you can build back up
until you close the gap.
So
when you start to close the gap between the Switch and the 3DS,
and carry that momentum, just ride that momentum. And I think, like you said, I think it'll be next year.
Yeah, and I've seen people, I've heard people complain about that possibility because of the Switch. They say, "Oh, the Switch isn't as portable," but
it's very portable.
But how big is the 3DS XL?
No, it's
put it up to the Switch.
Yeah, it's
not that much of a
size. It's
about
the same size.
I mean, the Joy-Cons are small. You can fit those.
Yeah, you can just unattach them and just fit them in your other pocket.
And there's plenty of carrying cases.
I
don't. The Switch is portable.
Yeah,
it's
the fact that people even try and bring up that it's not portable, it just doesn't make sense at all.
And it has rumors, the touch capabilities.
The thing is, there's rumors that there's going to be like a slimmer version of the Switch, and I'm like, how the hell can you get slimmer than what it is?
No, there won't be. I think those rumors just come from people who
want it.
No, you know what I think it is?
Because wasn't there a little, what's it called?
It'll just be a smart glass.
I forgot what they called it.
Right.
I forgot what I can't think of it. Like a patent or something like that. Like there's a patent or a leaked planet blueprint or something.
Nintendo always has patents out there that never come to fruition.
But it's very true. They just do it. All companies do that. All companies just do that.
I think people at this point, and it's because of the past 2 generations of consoles, people expect, here's a system, and then we get a slimmer version.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
And it doesn't
PS4
need to
did it, Xbox did it.
And you don't need to do it.
PS2 did it, remember? PS2 had the fat one forever.
Xbox 360 did it.
PS3 did it twice.
Yeah,
PS3 did it twice.
360
did it twice.
Yeah. Wait, twice? No, they only did it once.
No, there was the original. Then there was like the Elite, which was slightly different.
No, the Elite was still the same, like about the same size.
Yeah, it was the same size. Yeah. But then they had the Slim.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
And then they had the E model, which looked like an Xbox One.
Right.
So there was two.
The E model, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's
they did only.
So I think people expected Slim, but
I don't think you should expect it for the Switch.
Hardware wise,
it doesn't make sense.
You can't. You actually can't do it.
Like
they're physically impossible.
Yeah, they're as small as they can get.
Before we continue, did you guys taste your Switch game yet?
No.
Neither. I haven't either.
I've tried to get to Joel to taste my Switch game, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I hear it's gross, and I'm like, I don't
It is because it's to prevent babies from eating it, so they throw it up.
There we go. See, some third party company. Mad Cats isn't around anymore. Some third party company. They need to make.
There's not a lot anymore.
They need to make scented or flavored Switch
games.
Because you don't want to eat them.
I just smell it.
But to get that bad taste.
Dorito.
Because sometimes you have your Switch and you want to pop in a new game, so you pop one out, you stick it in your mouth.
Yeah, there you go.
You put the other game in, and then take the game out, put it in the cartridge. Well, with these games, you don't want to do that. So.
You're absolutely right. You definitely don't want to taste them. So
overall, I guess it is a case of it was interesting that the 3DS wasn't there, but it wasn't surprising.
Not to me at all.
When it ended, I didn't even really realize it wasn't there.
To be fair, the 3DS and the DS family has had a really long life.
Yeah.
Long.
Because,
and
it's still
it's still holding strong.
I think we forgot one point though. Because they're releasing a new console next month in the 2DS XL.
The 2DS XL, and I think the reason for that is
get those extra sales, man.
Sales. Yeah. It's cheaper. It's $150.
And it's
because they took out the 3D component to it, so they don't need to charge for the hardware.
It still kind of gives that.
Yeah, again,
it still gives you that taste, at least a little bit of that taste that they still kind of want to support.
And it's kind of like you guys said, until they meet the demand of the Switch.
Right.
Like the 2DS XL is going to make good sales because of that.
When it starts going like this, then that's when you want to.
Absolutely.
But by that time, they'll already have sold enough 2DSs.
I think that's a good tactic on their part because if you can't find the Switch and you're like, wow, this 2DS, maybe you don't have a DS yet still. Or maybe it's $150. Mm-hmm. I mean,
a lot of people are like, how do you not have a DS yet? People don't. Some people don't. There's so many people in the world. They're not ever gonna have it.
But the other thing to me that's really, because I have also worked at said place with this guy, and I recently worked at a local video game establishment, and 3DSs are hard to find.
Yeah.
They've been sold out since, remember, right before Christmas.
We could not keep them in. We could not keep them in.
And they're still not hard to find, but there's still a lot of places.
Just any DS in general?
Well, the Christmas time, we would get, at said place, we would get two 2DSs.
No, you know what?
But even still, right now, I had people coming into my store saying, do you guys have the 3DS?
Yeah.
And I'd say no.
Yeah, because I remember right before I got
my
new XL, I actually was looking for one for a month or two beforehand because I still had the old 3DS.
Yeah.
And it was impossible to find because they were just sold out everywhere.
Well, they've gotten harder because Nintendo is not shipping as many, and I think that's another sign. Yeah. Another sign that they're slowly phasing it out.
But it's fair enough because
it's subtly in a way where I think a lot of people aren't realizing.
They're just trying to do this. They're just.
Yep. It's just all of a sudden people are all going to have the Switch and
then they snap the neck.
But like you said, there's 13 million 3DSs out there, and there's already at least 2.5 million Switches.
And it would be a lot more.
Wasn't it 2.7 million? Was the number they came out with?
And now it would be a lot higher if they could keep it.
It would be a lot higher.
Yes,
the demand for the Switch is high.
It is doing so well. It's getting good publicity.
But the interesting thing to me too.
Third parties are loving it.
But the interesting thing to me too is that it's not a situation like Nintendo usually has, where they sort of don't release enough. They released a lot, and I think the Switch demand has been higher than they expected.
Yes, I don't think they expected it to be that.
When it first came out, it didn't sell out everywhere.
Yeah.
On launch, it didn't sell out everywhere. I knew people that got it a couple days after launch, no problem. But now it's very, very hard to find. I think people saw it finally and were like, "This is great."
And all companies are doing this, but they're taking advantage of that where they're doing bundles.
Yeah,
they're doing bundles. You want a Switch?
A lot of places won't sell it unless you buy a $400, $500 bundle.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They just don't want to do that.
But it's also not a bad idea either.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant idea.
It really is.
But again, that's not Nintendo pushing that.
No. It's all the companies. Every single
companies,
one. Every single one you go to. Any store you walk into is doing it.
That's true.
Walmart, Best Buy, all of them.
Right.
Like, they're all doing it.
So,
and it's smart. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It really is brilliant. I'm not going to knock them for that. It's smart. But working at said place, I could not push it out.
Yeah.
Because of the bundle. They just were so turned off by that.
That's true. I saw it. I saw that firsthand.
Yeah, like...
it's like you have them, people see them, like a box on the back counter, and people are like, why can't I buy that one? Because we can't sell it that way. Which is a shame. I think that's not the way to do things.
It isn't. But it's smart business.
Because people are more likely to buy the Switch and buy accessories if they're not forced to buy those accessories.
Yeah, if you're polite about it.
You know what I mean? Because if you sell it and you go, hey, one thing I recommend, there's these really cool carrying cases. Yeah. Someone's more likely to buy it to be forced to buy it.
That was also a problem, too. We didn't, a lot of places didn't have accessories.
Yeah,
I could not find a screen protector for months.
It took a little while.
Does it come with one?
It doesn't come with one.
It doesn't come with a screen protector. But I don't use screen protectors.
I did it because I see a lot of people are aggressive with their Switch and they get in the glass scratch.
But that's dumb. That's just dumb people.
That's dumb. Yeah, I don't ever do that. I'm very sensual, like caressive.
But I guess
the reason I love screen protectors is just I hate getting my screen dusty.
Yeah.
And smudgy and stuff.
Smudgy.
That's the one thing I use it for because I don't scratch my screen.
Don't be lazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Clean it a little bit.
That's true.
It's also a valid point. So, any last words, last thoughts? They're probably announcing more stuff, but that's just our E3 Nintendo press conference.
I'm sure right now at Treehouse they're going to show more 3DS stuff, obviously. I'm sure they're going to show some of the indie games coming for the Switch that still don't have an actual release date, but we know there's a lot this year. But other than that, no, it was a great.
Any last words,
show.
Joel?
No, I was happy with it. They did better from what I've been hearing. Half the time.
All three of us give it an A?
Oh yeah, definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining us. Thank you two for helping me out today. I really appreciate it on the Golden God and Friends podcast. Episode Nintendo. Nintendo press
Nintendo E3
showcase
Spotlight showcase.
Spotlight, yeah, something.
Switch.
Live after.
Thank you so much. Enjoy. I hope you guys enjoy this vid. Just go watch Treehouse, go play, just go enjoy.
Yeah,